Alright, let's look at the homework 1.6, 1.7, problem number 6. Alright, so let's solve this initial value problem. Alright, so this is a separable equation, so I'm going to divide through by x times 5 minus x. So this is going to be equal to, divide by x times 5 minus x. Right, so you're going to get 1 over x times 5 minus x. Right, and then we have dx over dt, and then right hand side is going to be just 3. Right, then we can integrate both sides with respect to t. Right, so we're going to integrate with respect to t, and integrate the right hand side with respect to t. Right, then we can of course cancel dt on the bottom and dt on top. Alright, then we're going to do a little bit of partial fraction decomposition. So if you have say 1 over x times 5 minus x, and we want to split it into say a over x plus b over 5 minus x. Right, so we can put these guys together right back to the single fraction. So taking a common denominator, right, so we need to multiply a by, so since x is already there, we just need to multiply top and bottom by 5 minus x, right, plus, right, b has 5 minus x already there, so we just have to multiply by x, so we have a bx. Alright, so we just have to make sure that here you have the numerator matches with this numerator on the right. Right, and so we are basically setting these numerators equal to each other, because we already have the matched denominator here, because these are already matched, right? Alright, so easiest way to find a and b is that, let's see, I'm going to just plug in the convenient number. Let's say I want to find a, but so we want to get rid of b. So I'm going to plug in x equals 0. Right? Then you can see that if you plug in 0, so 5 minus 0 is 5a, so you have 5a, and the b times 0 is 0, has to be equal to 1. Right? So which means that we can divide through by 5. We know that a is equal to 1/5. Right? Then if you want to find the b value, I'm going to plug in x equals 5. So x equals 5. Then this is going to be, so if you plug in 5, so that's 0. Plug in 5, so you have a 5b is actually equal to, the other side is 1. So actually a and b are both equal to 1/5. So let's just write that down. So b is equal to 1/5. Alright, so this partial fraction is going to be, so it's going to look like it's a 1/5 over x plus 1/5 over 5 minus x. But we can pull out the 1/5 because both of them have 1/5 there. So you're going to have a 1 over x plus 1 over 5 minus x. Alright, so I'm going to put that in there. Alright, so this is going to be 1 over 5. I'll just put it outside. Then you're going to have a 1 over x plus 1 over 5 minus x. And with respect to x. And this is equal to, right, so antiderivative 3 is 3 with respect to t, so 3t plus some constant. I'm going to call it the C1. Alright, so if you want, we can actually multiply through by 5. So here, multiply through by 5. Then, so this is gone. And then you're going to get the right hand side is going to be 15t plus some constant. I guess you have to multiply by 5c1. Alright, so antiderivative of 1 over x is a natural log of absolute value of x. Alright, this one you have to do a little bit of tweaking. Since the derivative of 5x minus 1 is negative 1, I would like to have a negative 1. So I'm going to put a negative sign here, and I'm going to scratch that and put a negative sign there. So you have a double negative. So you're going to have, this is going to be minus, right, natural log of absolute value of 5 minus x. Right? Then the next step is we're going to put these two guys together. Right? So you have a natural log of absolute value of, so x is going to be on top, and then 5 minus x is going to be on the bottom, and is equal to 15t plus 5c1. Right? So I'm going to get rid of natural log by raising e to both sides. So you're going to get the absolute value of x over 5 minus x is equal to, right, e to the 15t plus 5c1. But I'm going to actually rewrite it as, I'm going to split it as e to the 5c1 times e to the 15t. Alright? Then, since we want to get rid of absolute value sign, so I'm going to remove the absolute value sign. So we have to consider plus or minus e to the 5c1 e to the 15t. Right? Right here, since there's no point of having a complicated expression for just an unknown constant, so I'm going to call this guy just c. Right? So the c, this is going to be simply c times e to the 15t. Right? We got that. Alright, so here, this is a good place to use the initial condition. It says that x of 0 is equal to 8. So let's type it in. Alright, so let's plug in t equals 0. So x of 0 is 8, so you have an 8 on top. Oops, you have 8 on top. Right? Then we have 5 minus 8, so it's going to be negative 3. Right? Then this is equal to, right? This is going to be equal to c, right? Because e to the 0 is 1. Right? So we know the value of c. Then we can just kind of go from here. Right? So let's do that. Alright, so actually I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. Right? So from here, I'm going to multiply both sides by 5 minus x. Right? So x is going to be equal to 5c e to the 15t. Right? And then minus c e to the 15t times x. Right? Then I'm going to move this term, x term, over to the other side. You're going to get this. This is going to be, right, so there's a 1x already there. So this is going to be plus c e to the 15t x is equal to 5c e to the 15t over, right, and before we do that, right, sorry, I messed that up. Right, so this is a 5c e to the 15t. Right, So the next step is just to divide through by that. So x is going to be equal to 5c e to the 15t over 1 plus c e to the 15t. Right? So what's next is going to be, I'm going to, let's see, divide it through by e to the 15t. So I'm going to multiply to make it look like the solution we have there. I'm going to multiply top by e to the negative 15t, and then same thing to the denominator, right? So that way you're going to have this on top. Right, we have e to the 15t and the e to the negative 15t cancel out. So you're going to get the 5c. So 5c. Alright, then on the bottom, so we're going to multiply. So you have, I'm going to write this one on this side, e to the negative 15t. Right? Then you're going to have, so these guys cancel out. So you're going to get just c. Right? So it's going to be c here. Alright, so remember that the c is negative 8 over 3, so I'm going to plug that in. So negative 8 over 3, so 5 times 8 is 40. Negative over 3 over, c is 8 over negative 3 plus e to the negative 15t. Alright, then the last step is going to be, we can just multiply top and bottom by negative 3, so that I can eliminate the fractions inside fractions. Alright, so this is going to be equal to, alright, so you can cancel negative, negative, and 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and then you can cancel negative 3 and negative 3 and multiply by negative 3, so you have to put the negative 3 there. So we're going to get this on top. What's left is 40 over 8 minus 3 e to the negative 15t. Alright, so that's what we got here, right there. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.